So welcome to this CDAIO magazine interview series. We have today a really special guest with us, Ambica, the Group Chief Data Officer of Michelin, joining us. Hello, Ambica. How are you doing?
Hello, Julia. Thank you for having me. Excited for our conversation.
Wonderful. So as you all know, we are doing a series with Group Chief Data Officers where we're going to explore the why do we do data and AI for the group, for that specific company. Today, talking about Michelin. Then how do we actually make this a reality? And then what can we learn from failures and success stories from the company? We're going to do it again in 3 interviews. And we're going to start today as the first interview with Ambica, talking about the why. Perhaps to get us started, Ambica, can you tell us a little bit of the context of Michelin? What is this business that you're in, that you know by heart, that we obviously know a little bit probably as we all drive cars? But could you explain us a little bit what is the business all about and what is the key challenges or strategic directions that you're facing currently?
Yes. And again, excited to be part of this conversation series with you, with CDAIO magazine. I think it's data and AI. The field is changing so much. However, the core strategic challenges faced by the businesses like ours to leverage these kind of technologies, they kind of remain the same, but are just becoming more urgent. So, very, very happy to be a part of this series of conversations with you. So coming back to Michelin. So Michelin is a company that, as you know, is headquartered in France, in Clermont-Ferrand in France. It was started over 100 years ago as a tire manufacturer, and that remains our core business today. Michelin has over 130 years of strong innovation in tires. Starting from innovating to create the first detachable tire. So all the way from there to introducing radial tires, and of course today we are on our path with a strong ambition to make our tires sustainable. So this remains our core business. But in addition to that, we also have the tire is the ultimate composite. So we also have we've made acquisitions recently and businesses in the direction of life-changing composites.
Wonderful. Yeah, so it's really interesting because all of us have some touch points with tires, right? So we can at least relate to the industry from the external perspective. Now, if we would like to better understand what is the big topic right now for Michelin, what is your strategic direction or the big challenge that you're solving? Is it about markets that are consolidating? Is it about competitions coming in? And how is this linked then back to what you're trying to do with AI? How does it link this AI push to what Michelin is trying to achieve?
That's a great question. So overall, we have already stated our mission, which is to be to make our tires all sustainable in the coming years, in the coming decades. This is our mission. We've also put together a set of dreams that we have, for dreams that we have, frontiers that we would like to achieve, in a way that essentially that combines people, planet, and profit. So people times profit times planet. So really balancing and looking at all three aspects at the same time in any initiative that we take. So in fact our efforts in the area of AI are very much aligned with these directions. For example, in our plants, we use AI to improve our sustainability outcomes. We have, as an example, we have put into place ways to essentially monitor, deviations in our production process and reduce them, which of course results in savings in terms of raw material usage. We also have ways in which we've been able to use AI AI to expedite the process of modeling the impact of design changes on on the final performance of the tire. And this, of course, has brought down has led to a reduction in physical testing and therefore consumption of materials as well. This is just an example of the places where we are using AI to improve our sustainability outcomes, to improve the attractivity of the jobs that we have at Michelin, and of course to improve the efficiency of our processes.
And this is very interesting because obviously this means an internal focused application of AI, but with a focus to provide some strong signals to the external market, to the customer, right? Improving your sustainability. Is it then easy for you, or how do you approach this to make this tangible of how much you reduce your sustainability? And on the other side, as we see that using AI is using quite a lot of energy, so how do you balance the gains from sustainability perspective with perhaps also the challenges of using AI from an energy perspective?
Yeah, that's a really interesting question. There has been a lot of discussion recently on the cost on the CO2 impact of training very large AI models. But having said that, I think one thing is the models that we at inference time and the level that the kinds of usage that I just spoke about. I think there is less conversation on this balance between the consumption that is at compute and and training versus the consumption of compute that happens at the time of training versus that at the time of inference. I mean, there's a very long tail of inference usage as compared to the training part. But having said that, I think we without going into too much detail in terms of the mechanics of calculating CO2 impact, etc. What I can say is that we firmly believe that that monitoring monitoring and understanding usage is key to be able to bring improvements. So in with the spirit, of course, we have in place as part of our infrastructure offering. We monitor the CO2 impact of our AI models compute as well.
And how is it then, because this sounds very much focused on internal processes, is there anything where you would use as a tire manufacturer also AI-driven services? Like we could imagine, I heard sometime, I think it might even have been a Michelin case, where you put sensors to tires and you use this to actually figure out damages in the roads, so that you can leverage this to give this back to governments that they can repair the right roads where they find the damages. So is there anything that goes from an AI usage? Because internally, I think I get it, but also from external where you have some services.
Yes, in fact, there are many places in which we have AI applications deployed that where we may be. So, for example, we have a chatbot that's deployed on our UK website, and we can already see the appreciation from our customers who are engaging with Michelin through the website and through the chatbot. The one that you're specifically referring to is a part of the services offering of Michelin, and here Michelin Mobility Intelligence. We've built AI that is able to identify, that is able to provide a number of insights in the broader area of making our roads safer. So, for example, we are able to understand and give insights to transportation departments in terms of the quality of the roads, the risks associated with the roads, and of course, this is the initiative that you're talking about.
I find this fascinating because it's you're really controlling one critical part of reality, which is rubbers hitting the street, used by many people driving in many cars. So there's so much interesting insights, obviously, that you have. So That's really something that is fascinating to me. So perhaps thinking about more a little bit about the future, if we were to propel ourselves into 3 years ahead from now. I know it's really difficult in an AI world where everything is changing so fast, but is there some trends that you see how the industry is changing? Like, for example, last time when we had the conversation with the group CDO of Accor, the hotel chain, there we had a lot of discussion about how bots will be booking the travels for us in the future and how this changes completely the travel industry. Is there something similar in the tire manufacturing industry?
Yes, I think number one is we definitely see a trend towards the usage of the websites, e-retail, mobile apps around both the purchase as well as the engagement and usage with the tires. We also see we also see internally in a number of areas, and which is specifically also you could say in the way that we are all interacting with knowledge. We see the deployment of agents. We have a very broad adoption of generative AI, for increasing individual productivity, team productivity. Already, within Michelin, we have built our own a GenAI platform, which keeps all of our data secure while providing access to these technologies as well as access to agents, specifically designed agents to our colleagues. And we've been frankly, it's been phenomenal to see the interest, the curiosity, and the strong engagement that we have on these aspects. In addition, we also see the growth of foundation models in a number of areas where we've traditionally used AI. These are further areas of research for us in areas like a time series forecasting, and that's something really quite new, to be able to use transformer approach as opposed to the traditional time series methods, or boosting models, boosted tree models, or statistical methods, rather to use foundational models with transformers for time series forecasting. That's an area of research which we find very promising. Another area could be in the area of self-adaptive process control with reinforcement learning methods. Again, and of specific interest to our manufacturing processes, an area where we see a lot of promise.
Wonderful. Thank you very much for sharing your thoughts on that. So if I can recap it in a nutshell, Michelin being a car manufacturer, focusing with AI, especially more actually on the internal processes, because this is really linked to your sustainability objectives, which is also what we're going to have as a key criteria for selling in the market, right? So sustainability being this driver. And then on top of that, the possibility to leverage a lot of the online presence of seeing how do we engage with customers, plus also the physical touch point that your tires have with the world, and seeing if you can build businesses around that. So thank you very much for giving us a hint towards the why data and AI makes sense at Michelin. We highly appreciate it. And we're going to start the next conversation then soon on how do you make this now a reality. But that's going to be for our next call. So thank you very much, Ambica, for giving us.
Great. Thank you, Julian. Looking forward to the next portion of the series.